Julen Lopetegui sacked. West Ham dismiss head coach after 8 months in charge. Julen Lopetegui sacked as West Ham head coach after 20 Premier League matches. Lopetegui succeeded David Moyes in the summer after the Scot left at end of his contract. Spanish boss won only 6 league matches and has team 14th in table despite spending more than £130 million on transfers. Graham Potter is poised to replace the 58-year-old after West Ham held further positive talks with the former Chelsea and Brighton boss on Tuesday, following Lopetegui's departure. A club statement read, "The first half of the 2024-25 season has not aligned with the club's ambitions and the club has therefore taken action in line with its objectives." West Ham added, "The process of appointing a replacement is underway." Lopetegui arrived at Rush Green early on Wednesday and took training in the morning, before seeing his pre-match press conference ahead of the FA Cup clash against Aston Villa cancelled, which was scheduled for 1:15 p.m. Lopetegui arrived at Rush Green early on Wednesday and took training in the morning before seeing his pre-match press conference ahead of the FA Cup clash against Aston Villa cancelled, which was scheduled for 1:15 p.m. The announcement of his exit, after just 8 months in charge of the club, was then made at 3:15 p.m. Lopetegui took over at the London Stadium in May, replacing David Moyes after his contract came to an end at the conclusion of the 2023-24 season. Despite overseeing a summer transfer spend in excess of £130 million, Lopetegui won just 6 of his 20 Premier League matches in charge and the Hammers are currently 14th in the table. Lopetegui was close to the sack in December when the club's board were split 60-40 over whether to axe him following the 3-1 defeat to Leicester. He oversaw a 2-1 victory over Wolves in his next game, but won just once in the following 5 matches, and West Ham have now ended his tenure with his last game a 4-1 defeat at Manchester City. Lopetegui's exit seemed inevitable. It's difficult to find any West Ham supporters who think Julen Lopetegui should have been given more time. He has been fighting to save his job for months now, and it seemed inevitable that the end would come sooner rather than later. Lopetegui will argue that he needed more time to implement the change in style of play required after the departure of David Moyes in the summer. He may have a point, but ultimately it felt like this would be a wasted season if he stayed in his job. There were a few good performances and results. The 2-0 November win at Newcastle United stands out, but overall his employers could just not understand why West Ham were conceding so many goals.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up.